Hi there. My name's Cameron, and I'm kind of new to this whole, critiquing and commentary YouTube thing, but I do have some opinions to share. One of them being the way that tadc as a whole is written, but especially Jax as a character. Now, any points I make in this video are not meant to be taken entirely seriously. Like, if I'm, jokingly angry, don't take that fully seriously. I'm not actually going to come to people's houses, most likely. But I do want to make a few points. Jax is an interesting character. I would even argue that, I like him as a concept. Only as a concept. Not really as he's written. And it's clear that, based on the last few episodes of tadc, he's meant to be some kind of trans allegory, but I don't think that's written very well. But I'll get into that later. Way later. First, I just want to talk about how he ruins the show. Really, he just made the show boring and upsetting, confusing to watch. Even, I didn't enjoy watching the show anymore when everything just became about him. For one, the fact that he's meant to be transformed just kind of doesn't make sense to me, especially considering how clearly misogynistic this man is. And yes, I'm going to refer to him as a man. His the way his transness was written wasn't very good, and I didn't even realize that was meant to be the point until so many fans pointed it out, and until people said that, oh, Goose Rex confirmed it on Twitter, Blue Sky, or whatever. I don't know, I don't care about Jax enough. That makes me sound transphobic, but I'm not, I swear. Jax kind of takes over the show by episode 6. In episode 6, we can see him and Pomni getting closer together, which, cool, I guess. We're finally getting development on Pomni, because we never really get development on Pomni, even though she's meant to be the main character. Anyway. But we don't really get development in Pomni in the scenes with her and Jax. We get development with Jax. We learn, oh, he has trypophobia, maybe, and also he's afraid of porn, but we don't get to learn why. Also, he, something happens when he holds his breath, but we don't get to learn why either, because mysterious. He has to be mysterious. And it's like the show is trying to shove down your throat. He's mysterious, but he's not. It's just, it's just weird. And especially the little, I'm just a little chicken fetus in an egg needing to be cracked open comment. It doesn't make sense. Jax could be a very good character, but he's not. Okay, I like how he acts in episode 1, actually. I like how it's clear that he has some form of worry towards Kaufmo's abstraction. We see him looking away subtly and getting all anxious when he sees that Kaufmo's abstracted, but when he's around Ragatha and Pomni, he's clearly, trying to put up this facade that, ooh, I don't care, even though this guy was my best friend, or at least apparently, even though they didn't even really interact, as we see in episode 9, but, that doesn't matter, I guess. Anyway, I really wish we saw more of Jax and Kaufmo's relationship, or Ribbit and Kaufmo, or Kaufmo and Ragatha, or Ribbit and Ragatha. Just anybody besides the main people, because the only people we ever really see interact are Ragatha and Kinger and Pomni and Ragatha, Pomni and Jax, Gangle and Zubul. And that's basically it. Those are the main people we ever see interact. That's not a good thing. It's just weird and dumb. I want to talk about how Jax treats Gangle. Gangle literally in the gun episode, she's scared of Jax getting mad at her when Jax isn't even around. And I think that just really shows the abusive relationship that they have. even in this scene here, when Jax is throwing Ragatha in the air fryer, Goose is like, oh, but they don't feel pain, so it's fine. But why would Jax do that anyway? I'm sure that he knows that they don't feel pain. I mean, he hasn't been there for like as long as Ragatha and Kinger have, but he's been there long enough to probably understand that they don't really feel pain. I mean, he's been there long enough to know that they can't leave. He's been there long enough to know that, like, they don't need to sleep or eat or whatever. Or at least he learns that from Kinger in, I think, the first episode. But, like, why does he put Ragatha in the air fryer? What's the point of that? Is it just be, oh my god, haha funny? But, like, I don't get it as haha funny, especially since Goose confirmed that she was originally gonna make Ragatha have plush organs, like ragdoll gore. Why would anybody want to see that? I would just, like, feel really grossed out, especially since none of the episodes start with a trigger warning, and Goose put the trigger warnings for all the episodes on Blue Sky or Twitter or something, just something online, instead of in the episodes. But maybe that's the fault of Glitch and not Goose. I won't put all the blame on Goose, obviously, but still. The only ever warning we see at the beginning of episodes is things like, warning for flashing lights, and that's about it. Jax is Goose's self-insert. Goose said so herself on Twitter or Blue Sky. I don't know, one of them. They're basically the same thing to me. Blue Sky's like less evil Twitter. Anyway, because of that, the way that Jax acts just becomes, like, even worse. For one, Jax is canonically white. Even though he has the last name Mateo, he's white. Like, just look at him. In, like, the end credits of episode 9, he's white. The way he talks, he's white. And, like, Gangle, her last name is Ragavan, which is the most Hispanic last name I have ever heard. And then, like, she has tan skin in real life. So, like, she's clearly a person of color. Jax bullies Gangle the most. Jax, a white character, bullies Gangle the most out of the whole cast. Gangle, a person of color. That's not good, especially considering all the allegations of Ashley Nichols, who is Zubal's voice actor, and Michael Kovac, Jax's voice actor, saying the N-word, and, like, Goose joking about how they're Nazi, and grooming people and doing really weird shit. It's so gross. It's so gross to know. I really want to get into the meat and bones of Jax. Why do I hate him? Well, for starters, the fact that he is supposed to be the sideman character is not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. In fact, there's plenty of shows where there are sideman characters. I don't mind that. Not at all. But Jax just... in the first few episodes, he does act like a sideman character. I'd argue that he acts more like a deuterotagonist, or whatever it's called, when it's like the friend of a protagonist. Like, I'm fine with Jax being a side protagonist, especially since he's Goose's self-insert. I wish he wasn't, but that's fine. But, like, in the later episodes, we just keep learning more and more about him and less about other characters. And it's so dumb, and it frustrates me to no end. Like, in this scene with him and not Gangle, Ribbit. Ribbit is, like, opening up to him about her Mormon parents. And then Jax is like, is this your way of trying to get me to open up? Jax, dude, she just told you that her parents were Mormons, and you're like, are you trying to get me to open up? Not everything is about you, man. It's so aggravating. Even in the situations where I'm supposed to take him seriously, where I'm supposed to look at him and think, oh, maybe he is a good person or whatever. Even in those situations, he's just so annoying, and I hate it. The worst part about Jax is that he is constantly bullying non-men. Gangle, Ragatha, Ribbit, Zubal, everybody. It's just, we never see him really bully Kinger unless he had that one ad where he puts mashed potatoes on Kinger's face. And I don't count that because I don't think that's canonical. But anyway, just like, apparently it's because like he has internalized misogyny. He's externalizing that shit so hard. I don't think you can externalize something more. Like, I think if you were to literally vomit up a pile of the word misogyny, that would be even less of the way he's externalizing his misogyny. That's just so dumb. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. The fact that he bullies Gangle so much that she's scared even when he's not there is not a good sign. That is an abuser and victim situation. And I especially was uncomfortable watching the scene in the movie where he's like trying to rizz her up or whatever, and he's like, come to my room later, blah blah blah. I didn't understand the point of that. I didn't know why I was there, and I just didn't like it. It was unappealing. Apparently it was like, it felt like fan service. It just felt like fan service. I do not understand ribbon shippers. And if you don't know, ribbon is the ship name for Jax and Gangle. That is literally just abuser and victim. That sucks. I think the reason Gangle is so goddamn insecure in the circus is because of Jax. Jax is the reason behind all of this. I want to talk about this scene and another scene later. Jax just immediately decides to shoot Ragatha, and everybody is obviously like really scared. And then Jax is all like happy that he gets guns. Like, that's not endearing. I just think it's weird that his first thought when he gets a gun is to shoot Ragatha for no reason. Ragatha never did anything to him. I can't think of one bad thing Ragatha has done. All Ragatha tries to do is be nice. And then right here, he's just bullying Gangle for no reason. This is like when popular girls are like being mean to the quote-unquote weird kids and like saying like, we're best friends, right? That's what Jax reminds me of, and that's not a good thing. He sucks. I hate him. Now, obviously there's nothing wrong with the character being a bad person. In fact, I love villain characters. My favorite character in Edgeworld is technically a villain. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a villain character, but Jax is so annoying to the point where I just get tired of it. Like, in the promotional art, like the promotional poster for the movie, it looked like he was meant to be the main antagonist. He just was not. He was the only antagonist that he was an antagonist to my eyes, ears, and I don't know why I said and. Anyway, I wish Jax was written better. I really do. 'Cause at the end of the series, all that it is just like, look at what Jax does. Look at what Jax does. Oh, look at Jax. Jax. And it's just, I hate his stupid yellow teeth smile. I hate his stupid jaundice face eyes. I hate him. Like, oh my god, I really need to get into the real point. Like, what I really don't like about Jax. In episode 5, we see Jax in a maid dress. There was literally no point to this. And like, he's clearly so like anxious and uncomfortable wearing it. And in all of the like merch we see of him, whether that be a figurine or a plushie or a shirt or whatever, he always looks so uncomfortable, and I don't like it. He makes me uncomfortable. Like, I feel sympathy for him, for Jax. And apparently, and like, okay, on Blue Sky or Twitter, someone said, why did Jax look so nervous wearing the maid dress when he was absolutely slaying in it? And honestly, I agree. He was slaying. and then Goose replies, like, he wasn't ready to answer those questions about himself yet. Why would I care? Like, I think things like this, when it comes to things like this, you really need to ask yourself, why would I care? Why would him being in a maid dress and being uncomfortable in a maid dress be one of the reasons that he's trans femme? How? Just How? In fact, like, when episode 5 and 6 came out, I was more so leaning toward him being trans masked. And the reason he was so uncomfortable wearing a maid dress was because he just had this mentality in his mind that, like, he could only be in one box if he wanted to be a quote-unquote real man. I struggled with that a lot, like, in the beginning of my transition. He felt like he could only be in the box of masculinity. He could not slide over into being feminine, and that's why he hated wearing a dress so much. That's what I thought. Because I think that would actually make his character complex, and not fake complex. Because it's clear his character is supposed to be complex, but the only like quote-unquote complex thing about him is he bullied people because he's sad. Why would I care? Ragatha went through abuse too, and she's the nicest person in the circus. Oh my god. And then in episode 9, this basically might as well be the Jax movie, because that's all we get. We get Pomni going into Jax's mind, then he abstracts. Why would I care? Why is he the only one mad? Why is he the only one that gets to be mad? He's all pushy with Kinger. He shoves him. He makes fun of everybody. He's like, "Congratulations, Zubul." It reminds me of that one, like, Jax fan song where he's like, "Congratulations." You know the one. You know the song. I don't have to sing it. It's just, also there's like 50 billion shots of this like close up of his mouth, like this scene. It's so dumb. And honestly so funny. Look at it. Dude, this is hilarious. I think I'm supposed to take this seriously, but I don't. Why is he mocking Ragatha about her having an abusive mom when he killed his mom? Also, how hard did he shove his mom? For her to fall so hard to the ground that she died, or like at least got brutally injured? What? Like in this scene right here, we see like how he feels guilty for possibly injuring his mom, and with the pose she's in this scene, he shoved her pretty hard, right? Like it wasn't just like a "get off me" kind of thing. It was like a "get off me." It was definitely an aggressive shove. And then when we see all the different outfits, it's like, oh look, he has hair and eyelashes, because only women had hair and eyelashes. And then there was the whole thing with Goose confirming on Twitter or Blue Sky that if Jax wasn't a piece of shit, then she would be comfortable with herself and actually transition, which begs quite a few questions. So for one, why can't Jax be a piece of shit and accept himself? Or herself, I guess I would say in this situation. Why does Jax mention in that post Pomni and Ribbit fucking each other's brains out? Why? Why? That's dumb. Why in episode 9 does Jax describe Zubul as gender freaky? Why in this episode that on the screen right now, episode 7, why does he describe Zubul as being upset about the ability to change their own body or whatever? I think my biggest gripe with how trans Jax was represented is the bow scene. For one, Ribbit said your secret's safe with me. Jax never said what the secret he told was. So how would Ribbit... I'm just so confused. Like, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be like... I'm gonna refer to Jax as they them pronouns from now on. Pretty sure it was supposed to be like, they told their mom that they were trans. And that's why it was so deep and personal. Jax never told Ribbit that that's what they told their mom, though. So... And then, like, Ribbit puts the bow on Jax. And that's supposed to be like, ooh, Jax is embracing their femininity and being a woman. But how does... Look. How does wearing a bow make Jax, like, accepting of of their womanhood? That makes no sense. I myself identify with being called a man. I am transmasc. I like wearing dresses. I like being pretty. I like the color pink. I love Hello Kitty. I have a pink Hello Kitty pillow, and I'm laying on it right now as I make this video. But why is it that Jax has to, like, every time I see people drawing trans femme Jax on Tumblr or TikTok or whatever, every time they draw her, she just has to have eyelashes, long hair, feminine clothing, and sometimes even boobs. Why? Does that just make someone automatically a woman? Like, that's so dumb. I feel like Gangle, who is just ribbons, Gangle looks feminine. Like, even if I didn't know she wore a dress in episode 7, Gangle just looks feminine. Queenie, the only, like, quote-unquote girl thing about her is the fact that she has eyelashes. That's about it. We don't have to doll Jax up just to be able to tell that they're a woman. And I think I know it's because that's how Goose drew them. But why does Goose think that's what makes a woman a woman? There are plenty of mask women out there. Mask lesbians, mask bi women, mask straight women, even tomboys. Like, trans mask people that were born a woman. There are so many women out there that are not stereotypically feminine. There are so many men out there that are feminine. That's not what makes you a woman. And it's insane that the best way Goose could think to represent Jax's transness was just by making her stereotypically feminine. And that's so dumb. And also, like, Rebecca Sugar fought so hard to get Ruby and Sapphire's marriage scene onto media, and even if it didn't work, I think the fact that she had the bravery to do that was just awesome. Why can't an indie show do that? I saw someone say, oh, because, like, censorship, so that it can be in theaters. It didn't have to be in theaters, though. They could have made it so that, like, it didn't have to be in theaters. It could have just stayed on YouTube. Oh, censorship for YouTube? Dude. It's so dumb. Why would someone, a queer person, who is working with many other queer people, like, I'm pretty sure, like, Amanda Hufford is non-binary, I'm pretty sure. Why would a queer person working with other queer people not try it at least to fight, to like, work hard and try and get their trans character on the screen, even if it's not on the big screen, on the screen. I wanted Jax to be a good, iconic character, but she's not. And it's all because of censorship. Oh, Goosepark just had to get it on the big screen. Blah, 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 blah. I gotta get that money. Rolling in the dough. Like, Jesus Christ. You can't make your character written well just because you want your show to be on the big screen? That's dumb. It's hilariously dumb. Anyway, I'm done ranting about how much I hate Jax for now, and I'll probably make a video critiquing, like one video for saying what I think about episodes 1 and 2, and then 2 and 3, and then I mean 3 and 4, and then so on and so forth, and then I'll make one big one for 9. But that's enough talking about Jax. I don't like thinking about him because I hate him so much. Sorry for the way that I talked about using the pronouns for him in the beginning of the video. I know I mishmashed them around a lot, and also this video was unscripted, which is why I stutter so much in this video. This video was completely unscripted, and I was just kind of going and saying stuff as I went. Bye!